That's wonderful. Before I go to this next question, Vicky, I just want to follow back up on some of the challenges because you're probably the exception. Cindy and Christina and myself are the exception. But most family caregivers, I think, as a majority, are not healthcare professionals or healthcare educated in whatever aspect. You're a nurse and you're having these challenges. So what advice would you give to the lay person who, maybe they were a bank teller and now they're taking care of their husband who, has Alzheimer's and they're going into this healthcare complex, right? And they're trying to figure out, how do I navigate this? How do I speak up? And they don't, get intimidated, the white coat syndrome. Well, the doctor said this, so it must be the way it is. We have families that we serve with our company, and it's so true. They'll go in and the doctor will say, "Oh no, we think your dad's fine to keep driving, even though dad's gotten lost 3 times and ran out of gas one time." But the doctor's not getting below that layer, right? Because he's not getting that information from the dad or from their mom. So he's only able to make a decision based on the information he's been given. How do you advise families who aren't comfortable and aren't familiar or have any background in the healthcare industry to really advocate and give themselves permission to question these people or to speak up?
That's a really great question, and we've seen that so many times. Families members that are so lost, and they have taken so many detours, and they're still so lost. And I would say to do research, seek support, seek information, and find individuals that can support your decisions and can align with your philosophy of how to move forward with situations. And there's a lot of resources out there. I know that there's like palliative care resources out there that support, just conservative measures rather than aggressive treatment. There is medical social workers that are going to be very helpful. And also speaking up to the healthcare professionals saying, this is really what they wanted. This is in their advanced directives. This is what we agreed upon, and this is how I want to move forward. I appreciate that you are offering these other options, but that's not the way I want to go. And I think once you take a firm stance and also maybe have those advanced directives, I think that really helps for the medical professionals to, okay, we're not going to push this person too much further anymore. They've seen their options and they're not going to go there. They want this path. So seek resources, seek individuals that will support your decision, and then stand by those decisions to the best of your ability. And then tell the healthcare professionals that this has already been discussed with the care recipient, and we have documentation in place. My mom had documentation in place as
Yeah.
well. She had an advanced directive and the pre-hospital medical care directive in place and whatnot.